All right, another one up, another one down, up, down. Let's do that again. I've got a rivet I can hear in there. We've got ailerons, boys, ailerons. Maybe it's time I just stood back and showed you the aircraft. It's always up close. But we're getting there. If you walked in, you could tell it's a Sopwith Camel. The tail, haven't revisited that for a while. Really want to get the top wing finished, then I can lift it up on its undercarriage, put the undercarriage on, which is painted. We'll do a floorboard, see where we go from there. What's next, I'm not too sure. Watch along, enjoy this video. Thanks, guys. All right, so what next for the wing? I need to probably put the top sheeting on. I need to get a 4-foot folder from somewhere. Now I've just put once again, I don't know where I'm going, but I put an L angle across. I'm going to sheet this section. So now, when it comes time to cover the wing, I know I cut out this square. Now I make a panel, and I've got 4 edges. Leading edge, rib, my L angle, and the sheeting to make up a funky, I'll have this oval shape cut in it and a hole for the turnbuckle. Which I can probably do after the fact. I'll do one out of cardboard now probably. That's how I'm going with that. And I've got 8 of those to do. Okay, so making my picture frames. I did the old cardboard template that went on. End up with a nice panel, labelled it. That'll be painted. This hole here will live. I'll disconnect the clevis pin, slide the cable through. So on the aircraft, I'm figuring I can undo probably use self-tappers or Velcro or something. They can just slide down and hang on the cable, or go wherever it goes, out of the way, and slide back up. I've got one little cheater slot to go to actually get the panel around the strut. And that'll close up that gap in there nicely. 8 of those to do. At the back, the trailing edge I've just put on you can see there I've put just L angle, 4 rivets, out and across with a little L angle at the top just to keep this edge up. And I just use a straight edge across the ribs to simulate where the fabric's going to go. The reason I'm doing this is this won't be there when I cover the wing, so it'll be very hard to sort of guess where it is. Now I just need to cut out these squares and the panel will cover it up on final fit. Having covered many a model aeroplane before, I'm sort of making it easy on myself. Even got the flanges on the inside so the covering can be glued to this surface, and then I'll tuck it up onto this surface up here, rather than just tuck it around a 1.5mm edge. It's surprisingly strong, just hanging there. I've done the other side. I've done these ones here. This will be like a double panel if you like. I want plenty of room to get in there. I've got to get these bolts in and out, torque them up. Bear in mind the top will be sheeted. I need to lock wire turnbuckles, etc. Then we'll put a panel on. So once again, make it functional, then make it pretty. I may even remove these rivets, these first 2, and use those. I don't want to go drilling too many holes in my spar. Having said that, you can see all the holes in it. So that one's done, that one's done. that one's done. 2 to go at the trailing edge of the cabanes. Alright, one of those days, guys. I've been mucking around, chopping up brackets, did a job, wasn't good enough, started again, picture frames. It's taken me all morning. I've got the frame around this guy, strut and a cable coming out, and I'll do the same on the other side. I had so many errors. Even this one's got an error. See, I drilled a hole there, but you can't get the rivet gun in there, so I moved it out here. I might find a solid rivet to tap into there just to keep me happy. One of those days. It's just seems to be taking me forever. Craft time again. Just been cutting out templates. Do whatever you have to do. See, on the aircraft, I've been going all day at this, to be honest. Cut out a template there. You can see all the templates. So 4 along the trailing edge. For instance, this one will fit up nicely around here. I think what I'll do is just run a couple of clecos on some odd angles, so they only fit one orientation. These panels are made, and a double panel, which will cover the front here, cover that up nicely, but also give me plenty of room to swing spanners and lock wire turnbuckles, etc. So tomorrow I'll come in and cut out those. It took me all day basically to make up my picture frames. I'm happy with them in the end. A lot of work. Probably over-engineered. Cut out these panels tomorrow. I've got a technique now to cut the aluminium out. Basically use a burr bit in the Dremel. Cut the straight lines, and then a burr bit to do the curve, and then hand file the rest. We'll get those made. We'll get the top leading edge sheeting all the way across. If you look back a few videos, I've already had that on. Cleco that back on. I just have to find a 4-foot folder. I just want to crease the edge, 10mm edge, and crease it down. I may need a little panel up here for the cable to run in. I'm not sure. I've also got to consider my rib stitching, which is rivets on this aircraft. The tip, I think the wing sheeting or leading edge sheeting finishes there. I've got this crappy little 16-inch piece offcut, and then I'll have another piece here to do the tip. That'll stop the covering scalloping down. Keep this nice, well, straight across here. Just keep the covering nice and proud. There we go. That's where I'm at the moment. Did I show you my ailerons I'm so happy with? They're a bit clunky because you're sort of pushing that one, so it's just relying on gravity at the moment until I get all 4 cables hooked up. With 2 cables and no grease, we are smooth. My bog just in there just gives me something to sand, like I keep saying. I'll clean those up later. The plan is basically, I guess, get it all built, then I'll pull it off, fix up daggy bits. Say I'm going to cover this aileron. I'll just spend 20 minutes to an hour, I suppose, on the aileron. For instance, this corner here, it just needs a date with the grinder. Probably slit that and tap it around. Clean everything up, and then everything gets covered in tape, if you're not aware. A bit like masking tape, anti-chafe tape across any of the rivets. And yeah, we'll go from there. Once I get, what have I got left? Get these panels made, get them tacked on, leading edge on, which includes these rivets here, which will be great because I nearly poked my eye out on those. And then we'll lift the aircraft up, and guess what? We'll do exactly the same on the bottom wings. Right, made up all my wing panels. I've already done 2. Here's the finished result. Finished result, nice panel, all deburred with a cheetah. It's got a cheetah slot in there if you like. That's what we're aiming for. Cardboard templates, mark them out, drill them out, Dremel them out. Looks a bit rough, but it's doing the job. Just keep control of the Dremel bit, polish them up. We'll get them clecoed on. In here nice and early this morning, guys, 8 o'clock. Got to borrow a folder from the people you know. So, I've got these, all my leading edge sheets all folded up nicely. It's surprising how much strength, when you put a crease in it, actually strengthens that up. That was like a tea towel when I took it over there. Now we're looking pretty good. So leading edges can go on. A few more panels to fit. These guys, what I'm going to do is just, because all I'm concerned about is, see the panel in situ there? So I'll put one couple of clecos, but offset them. I don't want in the middle because when it's back on the bench, I can actually fit the panel the wrong way around, which I don't really want. So we'll do just 2 clecos for now. As you can tell, it'll be a whole lot easier when this is upside down laying on a flat bench. So they've come out really good. I'm happy with those. You know, I can cover the wing, cut out my square, paint these, Bob's your uncle. All right, like I said, split the panels where I had to. You see it's split there. Yeah, I drilled into my thumb. Panel is split just to make it easy. Still got some tweaking to do on the panels. Once again, I'll do that on the bench when we're upside down. Also, just walking past, I remembered I've got to split the trailing edge. That'll be a bit embarrassing if I get the boys around to pull the wings off, and so I've got to split this. But before I do that, I've got a perfect, in my books, I've got a perfect trailing edge. Really nice. I spent a lot of time getting that right because it needs to be. I think I will, a bit like, where are we? Like this guy. I think I'll make 4 of those, pretty easy. And for now, put on the inside. Eventually the outside, I think, will be sheeted for covering purposes. But for now, I think I'll put a gusset here and here, just so when I cut this, it doesn't go twang. We might wrap this with my handhold. I need to stiffen that up just a little bit. You know, it's not a life or death situation, it's just to help me drag my butt into the cockpit. I think that'll pay off in the long run. Now we're going to put the leading edges on. Let's do that. All right, top wing skins on, guys. All riveted. Got the bottom edge. I don't know if you remember from previous videos, it was all billowing out. It's beautiful. Extra 5 knots out of that, I reckon. Especially when we're inverted. All the skins down. Looking good. Now, I have to do the tips. So, why make it hard on myself? I'm just going to make the extra straight bit, which is a bit of a pain. It's only a 10-inch part. I'll collect these holes here, which I've been dying to do, get these eye height clecos out of the way. Then I will also leave this rib clear and make a triangle sort of section, half an ice cream cone, to tie into the tip. We'll see how that works out. But she's taken shape. Top wings, I won't say almost done, because I don't like when people say, yeah, I'm done, apart from got to build another wing. Beautiful day, should be out flying, but we'll keep going. So now I'm just on the tip. I'm going to make that sort of half ice cream cone sort of shape. I remember doing this on the cruiser and it was a real mess. So I'm just working out, made up a piece here that is scrap, but gives me a technique. So if that was to go in there, then I've got these tongues, if you like. I sort of probably made too many. You'll end up with too many rivets. So every second one. And then I can bend the tongues as required. I'll have a play with that and see if it works out. Alright, get out the poster board for the wingtip. Make that on there, and I sort of just feel for the metal. Give me a rough idea. It's not as easy as it looks because, so you've got a perfectly straight edge here, but if you offer a straight edge up to it, it's sort of like if you cut an orange, it splits open. So that's a consideration. So I think these tangs may or may not work. Just out of 16 thou. I don't need, if I have too many tangs, it means too many rivets. You know, I don't want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't want 9, 10 rivets just to hold this tip on. The video actually shows, like the construction video just shows masking tape. You just tapes it on and be done with it. So I'll go with sort of 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 tangs, and yeah, we'll cut it out of cardboard, see how that goes. Pretty happy with the tip out of cardboard. Use a template, and we'll cut out 2 tips of an offcut of the leading edge sheeting, and then I'll make up my these, I don't know, adapter plates, whatever you call it. I'll just clean those up a bit and neaten them up, less tangs, see how we go. Okay, not my proudest moment. There's probably a reason why the tape's on there, but the end result is what I wanted. So we've got a nice smooth radius. Lay the tape back down, good join, riveted on. We're looking good. So for those who aren't aware, basically the whole wing will get this tape on it, over every rivet, every edge, along the trailing edge of this. Yeah, spare the tape, spoil the job sort of thing. It's sort of low tack masking tape, like a fabric, like a Band-Aid or a sticky plaster, low tack sticky plaster, there you go, as opposed to masking tape. So I've got that one done, going to knock off for the day. Got the other side to do. I'm sort of happy with that. The reason I put the tape on, to be honest guys, it billowed up a bit and buckled up. So I just, with the flapper wheel I call it, this guy, the grinder, or the make anything flat, I took the tops off. So the effect that had, it sort of scalloped out the high spots. It gets me the result that I want. It just sort of billows up a little bit. But I'm really happy the way that turned out. If you look at the cruiser, I had a similar issue. And then Don Watson looking over my shoulder basically. Had a similar issue here on the cruiser. Sort of spare the rivets, spoil the job there. But that's basically what I went with. You just end up with a lot of angles going on. But for today, I've got a wingtip covered. Now the covering will hopefully lay across there. I could run a garbage bag or something just to give me a good read on that. There are a few spots, see it's buckled here a bit, but the covering should just settle all that down nicely because you get a big even pull, don't forget, as opposed to just pulling in one area. Did my panels, we discussed that. There's my join. I've opened up the join to, well, there's a 1/4 inch or so. It's not square, but I'm going to run resigned to the fact I'm going to run a strap around that, either velcroed on or self-tappers or whatever I have to do. That'll be post paint probably. Be a lot of those sort of jobs. Same on this side. happy with how it's turned out. I think I showed you how the rivets all went down along the leading edge. Really nice. Got off most of my marks. I noticed some texture back there. The problem I've got here as well, you have to, I want to retain the tip. I let it go once by taking out all the clecos. It was very hard to get the tip back in position. And I want to make sure, for instance, this one is actually grabbing the wingtip tube. I can look in there and see that that's the case. And tomorrow, I'll just do the same on this wingtip. Then, I think I need to, I'll split the trailing edge. I'm a bit fearful that when I go to pull the wing off, it's only going to take one rivet in the wrong spot at this join. So that bolt has to come out. And if you remember back, we extended this bracket. So I've got 2 inch donkey dick. There's a no-go zone. This bolt comes out, which also holds the rib on. And here, I was just going to zip it off, but I think I know what will happen. This might go twang, so we're going to put brackets on there as discussed before. I might also, I think I will, I'll just, while I'm on a roll, I'll sheet this in, put a handhold in and beef it up. So there you go guys, a quick, another quick video. Had a couple of days there where I was spinning the wheels a bit. I, you know, 2 steps forward, 1 step back basically. Progress is progress. We've got the ailerons working, wing leading edges on for good. One more tip to do. Sort of got a technique with that. No good at that tin tap and bash and metal. Like I had on that tip, you actually have to, it billows out, you have to shrink the metal. I got the tin snips and cut little triangles and sort of overlaps just to lay it down. And then in the end, I just got my level it all, the flapper disc, ground off all the high spots. To be honest, it made the job look completely crap. Structurally, it's fine. And I've put the tape on there, just don't tell anyone about it. But the tape hides that nicely. That's basically ready to cover that section. So there you go guys, hope you enjoyed that one. I'll keep going, haven't given up yet. Got some nice weather out there now, I might go for a fly tomorrow as well. The goal tomorrow will be to get that tip on. I think I'll pull the undercarriage out and we'll get ready to lift it up. So the next video, I think I'm going to lift her up, get the undercarriage on, and she'll be all systems go. I've got a floorboard here on the bench. Once again, cardboard template. You bought plywood lately? I think that was 40 bucks. A bit of, what is it, 900 by 1200 by the look of it, 7mm. It's red oak, it's a nice bit of wood, but 40 bucks, jeez. So I don't want to cut that and get that wrong. Not much left under the bench. I'm not too sure about the seat and things like that, but once I get it up, I can actually work underneath as well. Turnbuckles have come in stock, 450 bucks for 4 turnbuckles, unbelievable. So they're on their way, which will help. They go between the undercarriage legs. I've ordered bigger ones. So thanks for watching, gibbering on a bit. See you on the next video.